guys, what is going on? Blossoms back. Welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. How have you guys been? Because I gotta be honest, man, it has been a hectic week for me. It all started off with that Tri-Series final, right? You know, how like I thought I wasn't gonna win it, and then I ended up winning it. I don't think I ever stressed, but it was a really expensive weekend. It was a incredibly expensive weekend because I had to max 3 epics for that final, but I also had to nearly max 2 more epics for Hugo's collection. So I don't remember the last time I maxed out 5 epics over the course of like a day and a half. But obviously it's like 15 ultras to max an epic. So you guys can do the math because you know I can't. 45 is for 3. And then you add 15 to 40. That's the part that I'm struggling with right now. 45 plus 15 is 60. 75 epics, dude. That is an expensive final. And you know, obviously with all the hype going around that Daytona thing, Daytona Chevy prize car final, I didn't even talk about Hugo's collection and how that was a little bit annoying for me as well. But before we talk about Hugo's collection, here's a clip of me getting the Daytona Chevy, because I realized that I didn't even post the clip of me getting it in the Tri-Series video. So let's get to it. So yeah, man. I mean, I'm really happy to get that. I'm honestly just so happy. It's a tough weekend. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I've changed my profile picture. Basically, my life kind of just like fell apart. Saturday? I think it was Sunday when Thomas Müller announced that he was leaving Bayern, and we all know that he's leaving Bayern against his will. I want to make a rant video about this. I do want to make a soccer kind of video. I know no one's going to watch it, but I do want to just rant my heart out because Thomas Müller has been, you know, just such an influential figure for me. You know, growing up without a dad, I kind of suffer from issues where I would kind of just look at a guy that I look up to. I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to call you dad. I know it's not a good thing, but you know, I just wanted someone to look up to, and Thomas Müller has been like a core value of me. He's taught me loyalty. I mean, I've never really talked to him, but he's taught me loyalty. He's a guy that's never left his club. He's been at Bayern München for 25 years. Like I said, it's been a lot, and obviously this week has been just busy as well. I think I fell sick on Tuesday, but I was only sick for like 6 hours. It was just a fling, and then I recovered. But anyway, Hugo's collection. I can't go into challenges and show you Hugo's collection right now because I've already completed all the levels. But I gotta say, man, it was a bit annoying. I'm gonna share my thoughts with you guys. Let me know if you guys agree. So I was stuck on the common level for so long. I don't know if the game designer had a misstep or anything like that, but a lot of the commons were actually genuinely useless. And I just had to get duplicates of the same stuff. So, towards the latter levels, I had to use my duplicate Figaros. I only had 1. So I had to open a bunch of stupid common plastic packs to get another Figaro. And it was the same situation for the Maserati A6G. I had 0 to start off with. And I had to go and max 2 of these, and it was the same thing for the AMC Gremlin. The one that I decided to keep around was the 323. I had 2 AMC Gremlins. I sold one away because I was just like, this is annoying. I had to max a second AMC Gremlin and get that drag spec. And the really annoying thing was that in the end, I actually got through the common campaign or the common chapter of Hugo's collection with just using duplicate commons of the same car. So I had to use 2 Maseratis, 2 AMC Gremlins for the starter areas. Then I had to use 2 Figaros at the end. And look, the GMC Suburban, I think a lot of you guys will agree, this thing was completely useless. I didn't use it for any single level. Like, why do you even have the tag? Because you can't use this in any multiplayer event, and it was completely useless in the challenge. Why do you have the tag? And that's not the only one. The same thing goes with the freaking like 106 Electrique. Like, why the hell do you have the tag? It was useless for every single level. I think you could have only used it for one level 1 of the common chapter, and then it was useless for everything else. And then another one, the AMC Pacer. This thing was completely worthless to me as well. And it was so weird to see that the Gremlin was useful, but the AMC Pacer wasn't. Because I guess, like, you know, wherever you could have used the AMC Pacer, you could also use the Gremlin, and because the RQ limit was so tight, you would rather just use the Gremlin and save you the 2 RQ, right? So you would never use the Pacer, and once you can't use the Gremlin anymore, you couldn't use the Pacer either. So in the end, going into this, I actually had the Pacer, the GMC Suburban, and the Peugeot 106 Electric fully upgraded before Hugo's collection even started. This one was during Hugo's collection, but I got it just in time when it started, so 18 days ago. And all of them just turned out being completely useless, and I was really mad because I was like, damn, I actually tried to collect some commons for this, you know, before Hugo's collection started, and now you're telling me that 3 of them are useless. The Pacer was useless, the Suburban was useless, the Electric was useless. So I had to go get myself the A6G. I mean, this was it's 6 days old. This one probably even 3 days old. I used it for 1 level. It got me through 1 level. I guarantee you, I will never use this car again. I will never use this car again. And that's why I hate it. Now, imagine this context for epics or ultra rares for a collection series like this. Take a very useless epic, and maybe that's an epic that you need to get you through 1 level and you'll never need to use again. Imagine taking this context but putting it in an epic context, okay? You maxed out an epic. You won 1 race, and you never needed it again. I guarantee I'm never going to touch the Maserati A6G ever again. I'm just not going to. So, yeah, that was really freaking frustrating. I opened a lot of those plastic packs. I never got myself. What ended up being a pretty useful car was a Geo Metro. I never got the Geo Metro. I don't need it anymore. I finished the collection. You can F off. Buick Skyhawk, yeah, you can F off too. I never got you, so, you know, whatever, go away. But in the end, you know, that was that. And then when it moved on to the epic stuff, that also pissed me off because I had to almost nearly max 2 epics. So I maxed the Audi S8 Plus, and like, thank God that this is actually going to be a pretty useful car in the upcoming Tri Series. So at least I saved 15 ultra rares there. And then obviously I had to nearly max the M550i, but you guys know that I have OCD. So I'm going to want to, you know, just finish off this project eventually, right? It's going to be finished off eventually. So yeah, I had these 2 fully upgraded. I had the chance to upgrade this one as well, which would have also been one of the required cars for the upcoming Tri Series. But, you know, I decided to go with the BMW anyway because I feel like I've just maxed out a bunch of Audis this year, and I was forced to max out a bunch of Audis this year, and it's really annoying. Going into Hugo's collection, I only had 2 epics max. I had the Bristol Fighter, which was so incredibly useful, and then the Subaru Forester. This thing was completely useless. Again, like, this is what pisses me off with some RQ65s that do not go down to ultra rare. This thing was completely useless. I didn't use it for a single level. It wasn't needed for a single level. Again, for those levels that required epics, this thing didn't win anything. It just didn't. Even when it was fully upgraded already, it didn't win anything. This thing was completely and utterly worthless, and I hate that. If you're gonna make a challenge where, you know, like the majority of the cars in Hugo's collection are kind of terrible. 65, 65, 65, 65, 68. The Morgan was very useful for this challenge, so I'm gonna let this slide. Even though it's a bad car outside of Hugo's collection, this is a definition of like special tag challenge only car. But these 3, the 911, the Carrera, the Impreza, and especially the Forester, this is why when I do those tier list videos, I always have a rank called Robin's Wondrous World of plus and minus 3 RQ, because even in a situation where you have a special tag challenge, the freaking Forester was completely useless. Maxed! It was completely useless. I think the plus 8, when you max it out, it would have gotten you some value, but the Forester was completely garbage. It was so bad, like, it was terrible. Ultra rares, it's the same thing. I found myself using the Mercedes-Benz SL all the time. The Audi TTs, I used a crap ton. Dude, I never touched, like, the Maserati Quadruple. I never touched, like, the Pajero Evolution. I barely touched any of this low-end stuff as well. The all-surface tire stuff, I remember in the Ultra collection, or in the Ultra chapter, there were a decent amount of all-surface tire track sets. So I can see the all-surface tire cars being relatively useful. Like, I use my XC60 a lot. I use the GMC Terrain Denali a lot. And, you know, I think I used, like, the Rover and even the Skoda Octavia, probably. But it was either, like, you know, I was using some of the best or some of the worst. So if you were in the middle, like the Pajero Evolution, you were kind of just suffering. But yeah, Hugo's collection was really annoying. I'll be honest. Like, out of all of the collection series that we've had for the bosses so far, I would say that Hugo's collection is probably the worst. And the second worst one was, I think it was Gunter's. Gunter's collection was pretty bad too. But we pulled through, we got it, and we got the Audi R6 van. I wanted this prize car, so that's why I maxed out 2 epics to get it. I know a lot of people were saying it's a crap Audi, it's just a 4-wheel drive car, or, you know, one of the 1 million Audis that are 4-wheel drive, you don't need it. I get it. You don't need it. You really don't. It's not a good price car in a sense of how useful it will be in the game. but I do think that the Audi R6 Avant GT, in my personal opinion, from like, you know, a petrol head perspective, from a car guy perspective, this genuinely deserves that prize car tag. Like, if you like Audis outside of top drives, you will appreciate this. You know, like, I think honestly, you don't even need to like Audi. I feel like almost every petrol head would appreciate the RS6. Even if you don't like Audi, I'm sure that you respect the RS6. The RS6 is one of the greatest estates ever, in my opinion. That and like the E-Class estates, right? The G80 M3s or sorry, M3s, yeah, M3s, I think. They're going up there in my mind. I love them too, but I do love myself an RS6, and this is like the cream of the crop. You know, it's in that iconic livery as well, and I really wanted it. This, in my opinion, meant a lot to me as a prize car. This deserves a prize car tag, so that's why I wanted it. It's gonna sit there stock for like forever, but it's cool. And you know, everyone knows that this is a very cool car. I mean, like freaking, what is it? Mattel made this into a Hot Wheel chase. I'll put a photo right here. I mean, you know, most of the coolest cars will always get that chase tag. So yeah, I'm really happy I got it in the end, and I'm also really happy that I got the Daytona. It was the first two legendaries I've dropped for the month of April. Like I said, I've not been lucky this month. Not lucky at all. We're gonna open a 3-time ceramic pack, and when I mean 3-time, I mean like, you know, the free one that you can redeem with your coins. I have a decent amount of coins now, and I don't mind just spending like just 7 for a small little video. Then we'll get into some gameplay day stuff as well, because like I said at the start, it's been a pretty hectic couple of days, and I just want to take it easy for this one, man. I just want to take it easy for this one. 3-time ceramic pack. I would like some ultra rares. Y'all know that I went through 75 ultra rares this weekend. The number's a little bit lower because I've used away some epics, like epics that used to be ultra rares, not epic epics, you know, like there's like the Jaguars, for example, they're all gone now. You know, the Jaguars that used to be ultra that gone up to epic? Yeah, I got rid of every single one of them. So an ultra rare from this would be cool. We'll see if we get one though. Fiat, we're already in the rares. Super? No, still rare. Okay. There we go. 43 Acura R6, at least 4. 45. Okay, 47. One more to go. Let's see what we're gonna get. An ultra. I'll take it, dude. I'll actually happily take that. An ultra rare? Yeah, dude. That's sick. Sure, let's add that. So that's one more ultra to recoup at what I've lost. I guess that's 72 ultra rares, right? Because I didn't max that BMW. And then that's 7.5k that we can sell. I barely max ultra rares these days. I mean, dude, I still have like 110 tokens lying around. Like, what am I going to do? What am I actually going to do? Like, oh man. All right, let's get into it. We got Abracadabra. It's nice to see some OG events. It's great exhibition and great exhibition only. You know, like you don't need. I think that I've gotten a lot of use of my new McLarens recently, especially with Hugo's collection where you can use a 765. It's nice to see that, you know, for once we have a McLaren event and we don't see that 765, you know, change it up a little bit more. So let's see what we got to work with over here. I win City Slalom, I win quarter mile, and I'm gonna lose. Oh, I'm gonna lose Fast Circuit. I'll swap that around just because I don't think that my Vantage is going to beat the McLaren GT3 12C. I know it's got better on-paper stats, but the Vantage is pretty heavy. I mean, you know, compared to the... Actually, I think the McLaren GT3 is actually pretty heavy, isn't it? It's like 1,002, or is it? I don't think it's under 1,000. I don't think it's under 1,000 kilograms. If we encounter another one out here... no, but we don't. By the way, this is such a throwback event because I remember when Great Exhibition just started, and if you were playing top drives at the beginning of Great Exhibition, remember the hype around these GT3 McLarens, whether it's a 720S or the 12C, or I think it was like the 570 GT3, right? Like, there was so much hype surrounding those cars at the start because, you know, us as players, we have never seen cars that you can unpack with handling that high. It really was that crazy. It's died down now though. It has died down now. There's so many slick tire cars with like 100 handling plus that you can unpack nowadays, where the McLarens feel like a dime a dozen, but those guys are pioneers, you know. So if you've been playing, you know, Great Exhibition was 2020 Jan, you know, like it was at the beginning of the of that time, you know, the big flu. It was the beginning of that time, so it was like 5 years ago, but it was a lot of fun. Great Exhibition until today still remains one of my absolute favorite updates, honestly. It's a top drives classic, if you ask me. It genuinely is a top drives classic. Ugh, I don't know if I should run the DB9, honestly. 90 handling on the DB9 is just not that good. I would like to use like a Rapide or something like that. A Rapide is a lot, not a lot, but the Rapide's definitely heavier, but it handles better. I know the Rapide S is like 93 handling. Does it fit though? It doesn't. It's 63. Damn it! I got the Virage, you got the Rapide S. They're 93 handling respectively. Can't use it. I mean, the Volante. Yeah, I should choose the Volante over the DB9. Or even the 3992, but that's heavy. I got the Bertone Jet as well. I mean, this is heavy too, isn't it? That's 1,000. This is 2,000. No, 1,008. Never mind. All right, 1,008. That's 1,007. I mean, this is still the lightest. 1,761. Actually, no. This is 55. That's even lighter. Handles more, but higher 0 to 60. Probably better for slalom. Oh man. And then right, and the Vantage. That's 1,004. Yeah, that's even better for slalom. That is a light one. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, let's swap that around. And if I'm using slalom, I might as well go with my 323 version. Yeah. Okay. Let's go with this one then. Another hand. Let's see what we got over here. What we need is to find 3 win conditions. So quarter mile, city slalom, fast circuit. That's 3 wins. Yeah, that's 3 wins. Twisty circuit and slalom. I tell you what though, until today, I still use my Vulcan a lot. And I feel like the Vulcan is going to be one of the best British cars and also the best Aston Martin that you can use until Aston Martin gets a revamp again. When you see things like the Valkyrie. And let's be honest, when the Valkyrie comes into the game, yeah, it's going to be better than the Vulcan. But the Valkyrie is like 99% going to be a prize car if it ever comes to top drives. And, you know, even if it comes, we don't know when it will be the next, you know, prize car. Like, it will take a while. For example, the next prize car coming up is the Lamborghini Authentica. And I believe that is like only the 2nd ever Lambo from European Grand Touring to get a Tri-Series. So yeah, you really never know. Even if they added the Valkyrie to the game, it doesn't mean that it's gonna be a prize car anytime soon. Alright, let's run our 3 win conditions. 3. There you go. Race 1, 2, 3, draw, and we lose slalom. And I think we should be good. The McLaren Senna is fantastic. I can't wait for the McLaren Senna GTR to be given out as a prize. I want that. I'll tell you right now, I do want that. There are not many prize cars that I want. And honestly, the Senna GTR isn't like a 10 out of 10, like I must have it. But I think it's a cool prize car, and I'm definitely going to give it, as I call it, an honest shot. I think it's going to be a pretty fun one to get. Anyway, we're at 15-5. Eddie Diaz, I don't remember seeing his hand, but if it's 16-0, he deserves to be there, dude. Because if no one has dared to race him, yeah, then he's probably really good. What's all the names, by the way? Abra, Cardabra, and Armar Vroomnana? What are these weird-ass names, bro? I mean, it's just those 2 events, right? Everything else, oh no, not again. Unhinged criteria, no, not again, dude. Not again, please. I do not enjoy Unhinged criteria. I barely played the last one where it was like 1 blue car, 1 white car, 1 red car. You must have 2 cars from France and the US. I cannot believe I remember the requirements of that track set. It was so cursed. You know? Oh, Germany and low? Alright, Porsche. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. 400 IQ, pretty high. Track sets look pretty tame. There is 1 city street small. It's all low and a forest road. Okay, sure. So 2 4-wheel drive cars that are performance tires. Oh yeah, by the way, I've not had an event where I could use my freaking Icon variant. I want to use my Icon variant because it's so beautiful. But honestly, I've not had an event where I've had it. It's been useful yet because a lot of people have the Club Sport 25 fully upgraded. I have it too, so I'm gonna use it. It's the smarter option. It's the better option. I want to use the Valiant. I really do, but come on, man, give me an option. Give me a. I want to use it. I just do. I really do. Oh man, and I can't go with this hand because that leaves me with 15 RQ. That's a little bit too low. 51. Maybe I can go like a low RQ Epic. That's 4-wheel drive. Oh, that's perfect. Hello, BMW M3, and then a 36. That's 38. I can use the Audi TT. Let's see if this hand works. I mean, that's 3 easy win conditions with my 918, my Sauber, and my 91125. Müller, obviously. Müller. Fast circuit. I feel better switching that. The 935 is actually kind of crazy. Hairpin Road, and then we got Forest Road, we got Mountain Incline. We're going to lose Mountain Incline by so much. Honestly speaking, I feel like the usage of the Yellowbird is kind of smart. It's kind of smart. That thing is a great RQ saver. I mean, 295 to 211. Yeah, I mean, that is, yeah, that's massive. That is massive. Maybe I should switch it out. Maybe I should switch it out a little bit more. Do we need to use the 918? Do we need to? Yeah. I don't see. But do we need to use a Yellowbird though? Yellowbird could be like half mile, quarter mile, 1 mile. Ooh. Yellowbird it is. Yeah, that's a smart one. We'll put in the Yellowbird because even if it goes up against a legend, it's not going to lose by that many points. And then we have 57 RQ to work with. Probably need to use another 4-wheel drive. Does that mean it's one track set? It's one track set. Do you really want to use 2 4-wheel drives? Blossom? No, you don't. Let's just go with Z4. That should be fine. Okay, I think this is a little bit more balanced, so let's give this another shot. So we're gonna lose half mile, but that's completely fine because the Yellowbird is just built like that. Karting circuit. Do we win karting circuit there? Well, there's only one way to find out. Or I could play it safe. I could go with the BMW, put you on Forest Road. That's a safer way to put it. If you don't know if that actually wins, I think the BMW wins, but I'm not too sure. This is going to lose by 50 points. Yeah, dude. That's where you really save your RQ. 247 to 104. I feel a little bit safer here. Can you use the Audi Auto Union? I think you can. I think you can use the Audi Auto Union, actually. Yeah, it's Germany and low. The Audi would be better for the 1 mile, but I think the Yellowbird would be better for the half and the quarter. One way to find out is to find someone that uses it, though. Ooh, City Street's small, and he's running a pretty decent 4-wheel drive car. Decent in quotation marks, that car's not that good. That's rear-wheel drive, and that's rear-wheel drive, and that's 2... Oh, and that's a 323, or 233. Could be a 233, honestly. Probably a 233. Oh, no, it's a 323. There you go. Yeah, you're screwed. So, yeah, that's 2 wins right there, and then that's 3 wins right there. That's 4 wins right there, and then we lose Forest Road. That's completely fine. I do want to see how close that City Street small race is going to be, though, because they're both low ground clearance at the end of the day, but I have 4-wheel drive, so, you know, it's going to be useful in that circumstance. I'm curious to see how close this is going to be. Okay, we're off the line quicker. BMW M3. This is going to be a pretty interesting race, I think. Yeah, we're going to be slow here. Yeah, very slow. This is close. Oh! Guess 4-wheel drive doesn't matter that much. Yeah, 4-wheel drive just doesn't matter that much. I mean, maybe I should put the 4-wheel drive on Forest Road then. I think Forest Road will be better. Yeah. All right, let's go again. Let's go again. We can probably get another win condition here. I honestly think that the Yellowbird's going to win the half mile. That thing is a beast. We win North Loop with the Salbird. We win Fast Circuit there. We lose Forest and we lose Twisty Circuit. So I'll win the last 3 races and we'll lose the first 2. Yeah, this is gonna win. I mean, that's gonna lose. Yeah, I mean, Forest Road says that it's mixed, but it's not actually mixed. Yep, Yellowbird won because if the Yellowbird lost that, we would have lost the entire race. But I'm putting full faith in my Yellowbird boy, man. All right, let's see what's next. Honestly, I think it's wiser of me to go with a better 4-wheel drive car and then go with a worse twisty car. So I should probably go and switch that later. Let's go for another race. I'm curious to see if the BMW wins Forest Road against the Audi. That might be possible. Okay, that's a drag spec. We win those. Again, you know, I think worst case scenario is we draw. Let's check this out. We win? We win these? No. Yeah, so the BMW is still a little bit too crap, honestly speaking. It can't really carry its weight against rear-wheel drive epics, so I'm gonna have to change that. I think a slightly better 4-wheel drive car would suffice. But yeah, maybe honestly something like an Audi RS6 would suffice. Or maybe even that X-Drive. Maybe I should go max at X-Drive and use it for this event. But I feel like there's a better one to use. Porsche Taycan would be perfect. But would that be a little bit too expensive to use the Porsche Taycan? 51, Taycan, 44, a Twisty 44, Z4. Yeah, that's a way better hand. Okay, yeah, we're going to stick with that. But obviously I'm out of tickets and I'm out of time. I hope you guys have a great day. I'm going to stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out. Peace.
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Sit back, relax in my Bonneville Pontiac. Hold tight all night, cruise to Jacksonville,
Atlantic.